Before we start today's video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have officially dropped 31 Days of Halloween 2019 merch. The link is at the very top of my description where you can go and get your own, and I can't wait to see you guys wearing those t-shirts. Today's letter of the day is the letter I. Hi my angels, it's Haley Reese and welcome to yet another day in 31 Days of Halloween, where I'm uploading every single day from the 1st of October to the 31st of October. And can I just say, actually, while we're on that topic, I cannot believe that we are already 13 days into 31 Days of Halloween. Like every single year when I mentally prepare for 31 Days of Halloween, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be 31 days, prepare yourself for that. But then the minute that the 1st of October hits, the month just flies by because I have so much fun coming on here with you guys every single day, getting in the spooky season, getting in the spooky mood, and just spending time with you guys. So thank you so much. I cannot wait for what the rest of the month has in store. But today's video is one that I've been wanting to share with you guys for quite some time now. For those of you who aren't living in Canada, you might not know that this weekend for us is Thanksgiving weekend. It's different than in America, so this is our Thanksgiving weekend, and pretty much once I'm done filming, editing, and uploading right now, I'm gonna be heading to a Thanksgiving lunch/dinner. But around 6 months ago, I actually met a woman who shared a story with me that touched me so deeply, but also just completely blew my mind. And I knew that I had to share it with you guys, but I decided to purposely save this story all the way until Thanksgiving weekend in 31 Days of Halloween because it goes hand in hand with Thanksgiving. And so I actually put like a note in my agenda to remember to come on here and share this story with you guys. And I am so excited that the day has finally come to tell her story. I hope that this story touches you guys as much as it touched my heart, but it's also pretty flippin' mind-blowing. So, without further ado, let's just get right on into today's story because it is just incredible. So I met this woman who proceeded to tell me that she believed every single thing that I share on my channel because she had one of the most unbelievable experiences a couple of years back. She proceeded to tell me that her and her husband met in high school, and they were just complete high school sweethearts. They were inseparable pretty much from the second that they met each other. They got married as soon as they possibly could. They had multiple children, and they just had this really amazing life together. They spent all of their time together. She made sure to emphasize, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is why I normally film at nighttime, because I have a big window here that no matter what I try to do, when it's daytime, the lighting will just keep changing and messing up my shot. So I'm so sorry. I hope that you can look past that. But she basically really made a point of telling me that, well, some wives might get sick of their husbands, or some husbands might get sick of their wives, or they might get frustrated with one another. Her and her husband had this undeniable soul bond. And she told me that she truly believes with every fiber of her being that he is her soulmate. And so they spent every single day together, all of their time together, and they had one special phrase that they would always say to each other. They would say, "It's me and you forever ×2." And that was like one of their cute phrases that they would always say to each other. And that was just like their thing. That was their thing that they always said to each other, which I can totally resonate with. I think every couple has something that's special and significant to their relationship that not everybody might know or would know. She then proceeded to tell me the most devastating day of her whole entire life. And that was the day that her husband was killed in a car accident. And nobody saw it coming, obviously. She was heartbroken, devastated. She said she didn't even know how she was going to carry on or how she was going to raise their kids alone or go through life alone, because from high school, they'd just been inseparable, and it was just always the two of them. She said that every single waking moment, she was angry at God for taking him from her so young and so suddenly, but she would also just pray to him to just show her a sign, show that he was still around, and show that there's more to just this life, that when this is all said and done and this is over with, that she can be reunited with him, and that this isn't over because he's gone. And she told me that every single day her prayers in her eyes went unanswered. She wasn't getting signs from him. She couldn't even really feel him around her. And she got more and more bitter and more angry. The only time of year that she could bring herself to any bit of happiness was Thanksgiving, because her family had a tradition where they would state the things that they are thankful for. And every single year, she was thankful that she'd met him, and that if that was his time, that she got to spend a majority of his life by his side. And every single Thanksgiving, she would go to bed saying a prayer, saying that she was just so thankful for him. But still, for some reason, she couldn't sense him around her. And when she was telling me this, you guys, she was basically emphasizing that she was growing more and more bitter because she felt as though maybe this was it. We would live, we would die, and that was it. And she just so badly wanted to feel him around. She wanted his support every single day, because here she is raising their kids alone. But that would all change one Thanksgiving. She said that Thanksgiving rolled around and they did their multiple family dinners. She was extremely thankful for him. Every single night she was going to sleep saying thank you for him, and really telling him how much she missed him and that she's thankful that she got to spend a majority of his life with him. The day after Thanksgiving finishes, the day after, all of a sudden she hears a knock on her door, and it's a mail person, and the mail person has in their hand a tiny little letter. When they pass her the letter and she looks at it, she automatically freezes because it looks like her husband's handwriting. And she's looking at the letter and looking at the mail person and asking where it came from, and they have no answers. And she goes inside the house and she sets the letter on the counter. She said she couldn't even bring herself to open the letter for the whole entire day because it was freaking her out so much that it looked like his handwriting when it was saying who it was addressed to on the front of the letter. So she goes to sleep. She can't stop thinking about the letter, but she also can't bring herself to open the letter. And when she finally does, it's a letter from her husband. Now, the letter never said anything about his passing. It never said anything about him being gone, but it was this long letter of how thankful he is for her, how amazing of a wife, I'm getting chills, how amazing of a wife and mother she is, how lucky their children are to have her, how he can't wait to see where life takes them, and that he's just so proud of the woman that she is and thankful for her, in his handwriting. And at first she starts to wonder if this was some sort of sick joke, somebody who knows in the family that she's mourning so heavily, so they wrote this letter. But she's realizing as she's going through the letter that this is her husband's handwriting, like undeniably his handwriting. And when it gets down to the bottom of the letter, it says, "It's me and you forever ×2. And she just broke down. And to this day, she doesn't know where the letter came from. She doesn't know if when he was alive, he sent the letter and it got lost and it just found its way there. She doesn't know if it's a letter from the grave. She doesn't know anything, but all that she knows is that that was the sign that she needed. She then proceeded to tell me that after that moment, when she finally let down her walls and believed again and felt like this was a sign from above and that her husband was still around her, that when she let joy and love and happiness back into her heart, even though it still hurt, she started to sense him around. She would sometimes smell his scent around, and she would sometimes, feel his embrace when she's sleeping at night, and she just started to sense her husband around again. And she believes that she was so angry over his death that maybe she just wasn't letting him in, that she wasn't giving him the chance or the opportunity to be let into her heart again, to feel him around. And that letter is what did it to her. It opened up her heart again and restored her faith. She still doesn't know, like I said, whether or not that letter was one that maybe he'd tried to send while he was still alive and it just made its way to her then, or if by some strange power in the universe, he was able to manifest or physically create a letter to send to her to answer her prayers. But either way, I think that this story is so beautiful. I think that it's a reminder that love goes beyond this physical dimension, that our souls carry on beyond, and that true love really does exist, both in this universe and in every other. One thing that I think is interesting too is that it's not like her husband had an illness where he foresaw his death and maybe he wrote this letter and timed it so that it'd be a few years later and she would get it. Like, his death was incredibly sudden, so there was no real way for him to have predicted that and have sent that for that purpose. So I guess I just want to know what you guys think of this. I hope that this story touched you guys as much as it touched me. I have chills every single time I get to that part in the letter. It just blows my mind, and I knew that I had to share this story with you guys, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed this more positive video. There's been some pretty spooky ones lately, so I like to bring on to my channel the positive, because where there is dark, there is so much more light. And that's one thing that we need to be reminded of, I think, especially in the world these days. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend, happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope that you can take the time to count all the things that you are so thankful and appreciative for. Even in the darkest hours, we have so many things to show gratitude for and appreciation for and to be thankful for. And I just want to take this moment to let you guys know that as every single year rolls by, I just get more and more and more thankful for you guys every single Thanksgiving. You have changed my life. You have given me purpose. You've given me hope. You've given me strength, and you've made me feel so much less alone in this world. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, truly, for watching my videos, for sending me emails, for sending me DMs, for reaching out, for coming to meet me. Just every single thing that you do in supporting me means more than you'll ever know. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me so much to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. I love you guys with my whole entire heart and soul, and I don't know what I would do without you. With that being said, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until tomorrow, I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.